and gentlemen, huge weekend. Phillies Mets. Woo! I don't know if it's the energy drink and the caffeine kicking, or I just want to punch those Mets in the teeth and knock them all out. 215-592-9494. Before we look ahead, and we are going to preview this series big time, I do want to say thank you to Kyle Schwarber. I do want to say thank you to Christopher Sanchez, because I needed 3 out of 4 in Miami. 2-2 would have made me sick. 2-2 would have been disappointing. I needed to see 3 wins at a minimum. And I got that. Whew. Did I get uncomfortable? Maybe. Kemp. Okay. I like what you done with the spark of the team. But hey, base running. Let's dial in here, huh? Boomer! Hey, let's lock in here, huh? I shouldn't be getting tight. But again, thank you, Kyle Schwarber. Thank you, Christopher Sanchez. Listen to this bomb, okay, that Kyle Schwarber launched. This guy is out of this world when he tattoos one. Here's Scott Fransky.
Swung on, hit deep, right center field up the alley, and that one's going to go. Kyle Schwarber has untied the game. Home run number 23 on the season for Schwarber, and the Phillies lead it 2-1 here in the top of the 8th.
Nothing better. Whew. Okay, on the Sanchez front. A lot of ground balls. Not the most amount of strikeouts in the world. Finished with 4, but he went 8 innings. Only allowed the 1 earned run. And the pitch count at 91. The Marlins were trying to attack. They were getting after him early. But again, you were creating ground balls. You were doing your dance with the changeup. Nasty. This was his final out of the ballgame.
And a ground ball right side. Kemp wide of the bag. Gloves it with a backhand. Flips underhand to Sanchez, who finds the bag with a foot. Fancy. And that is out number 3 as Christopher Sanchez retires the final 10 that he faces here tonight.
Of course he did. Of course he did. That was a monster effort. But now we look ahead to the big showdown. And it is a big showdown. The Mets struggling and on a really ugly skid. Not being able to accomplish anything against Tampa Bay. Looking rough in Atlanta in Truist Park. And now they got to roll into CBP, where you know this Phillies team plays amazing, incredible baseball in front of their home crowd. It's time to do some serious damage, okay? It's time to get payback and revenge from what went down in Citi Field when you got pantsed earlier this season. And I love the fact that this is the way the Mets are playing heading into this, because there's added pressure. You're doing better. They look lost. Keep it that way. I want the Phillies to have the pressure. I want them to be expected to rake, to dominate, to win, and beat up the Mets badly. Step on their throat. Crush them. Kill them. Destroy them. The Mets are a mess currently. I want them to feel the pain, feel the suffering, and I want New York media to be crying, not knowing where this is trending after Sunday night. I want New York media on Monday to go, what in the world is this slop? Juan Soto sucks. Pete Alonso didn't rise to the occasion. And their pitching? Oh, don't even get me started on their pitching. That's what I want the storylines to be. You're riding an emotional high from the way Nick responded to the benching with that amazing catch 2 games ago in the 9th inning without a defensive replacement. So there's some good challenging, I guess, of one another is a good way to put it. And both parties, in my opinion, came out on top. Rob pushed a button. Nick answered the button that was pushed, if that makes sense. Rob made a statement. He was upset and angry with Nick. Nick showed up, pissed off, to the ballpark and worked his ass off, and Rob got the best out of his player and also showed his player-friendly side by saying, we're not replacing you the next day. You said an inappropriate comment. It was unfair to me. I let you know it, but I love you. I got you. I'll give you the opportunity again. Just know this is in the cards. And just know this is something we're thinking about. And it actually got Nick so inspired that he's now going to Dave Dombrowski to ask for reports on his defense so he can see why the analytical crowd says certain things about his game. He doesn't really care about that stuff, but now he's starting to care because he knows the importance. Again, I think both parties came out on top here. And you can use that motivation and use that momentum into this series against one of your biggest rivals who embarrassed you the last time you saw them. You got to be juiced up for this one. We can't sit here and say, well, it's only the Marlins. It's only the Rockies. It's only the A's. And then when you get to see an opponent like this, when you're locked with the same record in South Philadelphia for a 3-game set with Wheeler taking the bump on game 1, You know I'm not even the biggest supporter of everything this team has shown me, but I can't sit here and go, These are the moments that make it exciting. For the regular season mindset, that is. And the pitching matchup, before we get to the phones here, 215-592-9494, I want to know your excitement when it comes to this weekend, how you see this series going. But you got Wheels to set the tone. After that, things get interesting. As a Mick Abelsman, I am so excited to see what he does. But I wonder, is it going to look more like it did against Chicago? Or is it going to look more like what we saw in his first 2 starts? Which one is it? There's nothing more I want to see than 6 shutty, 6 of 1 earned run ball. Just him looking like a madman out there, mowing down anybody who's in that box. And I think his demeanor on the bump could spark fire from this group. If he goes out there and goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 in the first 3 innings, and he's just got that nonchalant body language, he's getting the ball back from him from JT, the ball's getting thrown around the horn, and he's just chilling, waiting for the ball to get back to his glove. Sick. But what McAble do we get? And what Luzardo do we get? As we sit here and we talk about the greatness of this starting rotation and plenty of reasons why we do that, it's not Ranger. It's not 8 innings of Sanchez with only a 91 pitch count. It is Wheels, though. But we'll see what Luzardo we have. And we'll see if Mick Abel's ready to take this legitimate Major League Baseball jump based off of what we see on Saturday and Sunday night. I'm stoked. Oh, I am stoked. 215-592-9494. Big series. Let's talk about it. Let's go to John in Allentown. Yo, John.
Hey, Brodes, you are high energy right now, brother.
Yeah, I gotta say, this energy drink I'm cooking with today, it's in the veins. It's in the bloodstream.
You need to calm down. You're gonna blow it out by 4 a.m. Bro.
Well, I'll make sure that my snack of the night gives me a little bit of juice because I'm pretty pumped for that too.
Well, hopefully it's something good tonight. So
it is.
I can go. You know what, Brodes? I'm gonna go get that.
Oh, it is. It definitely falls in that category. I'd be shocked if it's not.
I hope it's cold chicken wings, man. I love cold chicken wings.
It couldn't be farther from a cold chicken wing.
Oh, man. Brodes, let me ask you a question. Man.
Hit me.
You're happy with 3 out of 4 the way they won them games, man?
It wasn't the most pleasant 3 out of 4, but I just needed to see the result, and I got the result.
Listen, they could have taken 4 out of 4. and the way they won them games, man. The Marlins are a horrible team.
I
And
would disagree.
You're not raking against the Marlins. Let me ask you a question, Brodes. What makes you think that they're going to rake against the Mets?
Well, I don't know if they are, but I'm rooting for it.
Right. Here's my problem with this team right now. The pitchers are going out there and throwing their asses off. You know what I'm saying? Wheels could come out tonight and throw seven innings, 1 run, and the Phillies can come out and score none in support. Like pitching staffs look forward anymore to facing our lineup. It's like the cure, for fixing a bad pitching staff and getting the confidence for some reason. And that shouldn't be. But that's the way these pitching staffs look at our lineup anymore. I have no fear of this lineup. And it's pretty sad. So,
big picture, I agree with you. But in the right now, it says here on ESPN that they got Tidwell on the bump, who's ready to get going for this game later tonight. And he's got an ERA of like 14. So maybe we got a nice opportunity. Wheels versus a 14.73 ERA guy who's pitched 3 2/3 innings in his total season here. And, you talk about raking. Trey's been swinging a nice stick lately. Maybe you see him get a nice leadoff bomb. You're up 1-0. CBP goes nuts. Come on, John. Get the energy going.
I have a feeling that dude comes out tonight and it's like Warren Spahn in the first 3 innings.
Oh.
Like that's the way they do it, man. They come out and they go, oh, this guy's 14. Oh, we're gonna swing everything. Like that's it. I mean, they played when they played the Rockies. The starting pitching staff's ERA was an 8, and they weren't even hitting the starting pitching. They were. The starting pitchers were leaving, then they were scoring runs. So you have a staff with a combined ERA of almost 8, but you're not lighting it up. The problem is when you get a good team. Okay, you might have some bad starting pitching. The bullpen's going to be good. Good team's going to have decent starting pitching, and their bullpen's going to be good. And that's where we're going to be. I can't get jacked up for this team. I got tickets for Saturday.
Oh, and you're going to the game and you can't even get the adrenaline pumping?
Dude, I'm selling the tickets.
What? No.
I'm not going.
No, John, hold on. John, you got to go.
Last time I was in the bleachers for the Mets, the Phillies were getting beat down last year, and I got to hear a Met fan behind me clowning the Phillies for inning after inning after inning, while the Phillies just swung at everything, man. Like, I wanted to murder the guy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
John, let me ask you this. Now, if you're watching the game at home and you see Mick Abel and he's going into the 8th after, 7 strong, no walks, 1 earned run, a solo shot, are you going to be disappointed you weren't in the action?
No, because I also love watching the game from home. But, the Heat's going to have – the Heat – listen, full transparency, the Heat has a little bit to do with me unloading these tickets. So the way it's going to be down there, it's going to be like soup down there tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
But,
no, that's fair. John, I love you. Thank you so much for the call. We were riding a high, baby. And I knew John would try. I went to John on purpose because I knew he'd level-headed me here. We'll kind of go yin and yang. But, whew. He was bringing it down.
Yeah, he shut me down on the phone, too, pretty quick. Yeah. I was excited, and he was like, nah.
Come on. All right, part of me, too, if we want to go full transparency here, is the Mets are stinking up the joint. The Mets are playing bad. You think we're bad at running bases? You got Juan Soto getting doubled up, and he's not paying attention. The ball's going to the wall.
Did you see the overrated thing?
The overrated thing.
Come on, and then he strikes out.
That's what I'm saying. So as much as I think the Phillies are playing better as of late, it's less about the Phillies and more about the current state of the Mets. But whatever. Come on. Phil's Mets. You know what? Here's another part. Full transparency. I just watched 4 games with a total of 6 people in the crowd combined. It was a horrendous viewing experience. Strictly because it was embarrassing. There were 6 people there. Give me a juiced up CBP on a Friday night after drinking a bunch of liquor and Jetro. You know what I'm saying? Shotgunning beers.
Oh, yeah.
Fireball. Passing the bottle around. Stumbling in. Let's go, Phillies!
Oh, shotgun.
Come on! Phillies Mets! For the division! Now, here's the thing. The way this is set up, with the Mets playing so bad, if this goes the other way, woof! For as excited as I am right now, I'm going to be one sad individual. Most likely angry. Which will make for fun conversation over the weekend. I'm on tomorrow, leading up to the game. I'm on Sunday morning with Rob Ellis, reacting to the second game.
You better turn the people up for the series.
Oh,
man.
dude.
This is the perfect spot for you to be on the series right now.
I'm with you. I'm trying. Whew. Phillies Mets. Oh, man, I'm thinking about Citizens Bank Park in about, I'm not good at math, a lot of hours, but not a lot of hours. Later today, damn it. Phillies Mets. 40-something thousand people going berserk, cheering Zach Wheeler. Imagine this. Wheels. 5th inning. 2 outs. Walks a guy. Huh? I know. Bear with me. Then a stupid little bleeder up the middle. Ugh. Phillies are up 2-0. First time the Mets have seen any life all game long. It happens. Pete Alonso up. First pitch in the dirt. Ooh, 1-0. Comes back firing, fastball, blows it right by him. Alonso takes a fat hack, trying to send it to Mars. Falls to a knee, 1-1. Off-speed pitch, gets him looking, 1-2. Goes back to the fastball, and Pete Alonso can't catch up, and he's walking to the dugout slow, methodical, poised, and everybody's standing up behind the dugout. Hey! Hey!
Philly fanatic with some little thrusts.
Yeah, a couple thrusts.
Come on, a few cone to the top of the head.
Yep,
whatever he has in the mouth.
A couple belly swirls, maybe. Couple belly swirls. That's Phillies baseball. Now, this is the beauty of me. All right, I'll just come out and say it. As much as I can't stand this team at times, and I don't like everything that happened in Miami, even though they took 3 or 4, and they bother me, and something's off to me with them. You get a matchup like this, and here we go. You know, you think I think they're ready to win a World Series. I don't. But if you can't get excited about a rivalry matchup like this, then I don't know why you do this. These are the type of matchups where you throw away everything. And you just focus on these 3 games. Focus on these 3 games right in front of your face. Then I'll get back to the big picture stuff. Then I'll get back to nitpicking them and talking about the crap that I can't stand. But as we sit here ready to engage a 3-game set at home after this team embarrassed you not too long ago in their ballpark, you got one job to do. I want you to punch them so hard that they don't know what hit them. Is that too much to ask? 215-592-9494. Let's go to Gary in Whitehall. What's up, Gary?
Yo, what's going on there, bros?
Not much. How you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling pumped up. But before I get into my Phillies talk, I'm gonna backtrack and I'm gonna apologize for giving you any kind of crap about snack of the night, with your bubble gum and your strawberry milkshake and whatever that protein egg white bar you had there. But what happened last night with Buzz, it was a disgrace.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I need to know the detail. I was actually thinking about this. This is how much Snack of the Night impacts all of our lives here at WIP. I was actually thinking about how Buzz was going to perform because I saw him throw out his tweet the other day. You're telling me it was terrible. What did he go with?
Well, first of all, he made a mockery of John Johnson, and it was such a disgrace even to the late Big Daddy Graham. He brought out one white piece of bread.
What?
Yes.
He ate a piece of white bread?
Yes.
Nothing on it?
Nothing on it.
No, what was his selling point? Why? Why is this a big deal to him? What was this?
Because he was trying to make a mockery of it. It was like, oh, this is what John Johnson does. Oh, I get this white piece of bread. Take a bite.
Dude. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right, well, you know what? I'm going to have to call a team meeting with John Johnson, and we're going to have to discuss this because, listen, I'm not telling you I have perfected this. I clearly hold myself to a high standard sometimes, but you got to give it your all with real respect. Okay, you got to respect the craft that is Snack of the Night. If you're just going to throw a piece of white bread at the wall, you're going to have to pay the price. I'm going to have a long conversation with Buzz.
Yeah. So thank you, and it was like you would say, disgusting. So,
I love it. What do you got on the Phils, Gary?
I was telling out there, listen, what in the hell is Buddy Kennedy going to do with the deficiencies of this outfit?
Nothing.
Exactly. So I don't know what's the sense of bringing him up and sending Weston Wilson. Okay, so Weston Wilson wasn't doing nothing for you, but at least he gave you another option for the outfield. Now you're stuck with four true outfielders that that can play the position. Now going forward, hey, bring up another arm, bring up another bullpen arm or something, other than another infield utility guy. That's senseless. But going into this weekend, bros, I'm ready. Nothing like first game Friday night at the bank with Wheeler on the bump. And not sure if you know what the Mets stand for.
Hit me.
My entire team sucks.
That's right. That's right.
Let's take three, baby. Let's sweep them. Let's send them back to New York with their tail between their legs.
If they end up sweeping the Mets, Gary, I don't know how I'm going to handle that. It's just a regular season series, and the Mets are playing poorly, so people will probably remind me of that. But I can't explain enough and express enough how much watching them lose to this team in the NLDS and earlier this year has hurt me. And this won't be the end-all, be-all. If you match up again in the playoffs, that's when it really matters. But for the time being and being in the right now, this is all I can look forward to. So if they were able to knock down the Mets and force them to be in 3 straight sweeps type of situation where they're in free fall and they're looking at that Juan Soto contract and they're questioning what the hell is happening in town. That's all I can ask for considering where we're at, and it's right there in front of you. Make it happen, baby.
It said, hey, third round, ding, ding, ding. They might have got you the first 2 rounds, but you come out and you land that first right cross across the chin, and you send them back in the corner.
Pow, right in the kitchen.
Haymaker.
That's a good way to put it, Gary. That's a good way to put it. Thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it. You're right. This is a fight. This is a fight. We may have got knocked down in the NLDS, and we did. We did. The ref was counting, and we didn't get up, unfortunately, last year. But now we're in the rematch. All right, we're in the rematch phase. It was Phillies Mets first go-around. All right, they won that one. Now we're set up for a rematch fight Let's see what this team's made of. I don't know what they're made of. And maybe that's the reason why I'm excited for this as well. Is truth be told, I've been trying to figure out who the hell they are. I think I know what they are. They're a really good starting pitching team with a very inconsistent offense and a bad bullpen. But then you had the controversy of Casty and Topper, and then I think they both handled it very well by giving Nick Castellanos that leash and saying you can stay in the game the following night. And at the time, I questioned it and wondered, well, what does that say about you making that statement anyway? If you're just not going to put in a defensive replacement, then didn't you lose some of the power that you had? Because then Casty kind of wins. But then Casty is also going to Dave Dombrowski and wanting some information on how to improve defensively. And if that decision by Topper to pull him from a game got Nick to want to learn more about the defensive metrics to expand and to grow defensively, then maybe everybody got a benefit out of this and the team got a spark out of it, and then bang, it was 2 thumbs up. So now I got to refigure out who this team is after the spark. Is it a spark that continues forever and helps really create a new brand of baseball for this team? Or is it something that fizzles? And then reality hits that they need help with the pen, their offense is too inconsistent? Or is this something that gives them long-term life? You never know what it's going to be that helps inspire a team. Sometimes it's something like this. Maybe it is. I don't know. I'm still trying to learn. And this weekend will give me a lot of data. It'll give me a lot of information. Houston, too. This was always highlighted. Mets and Houston. But we'll get to Houston when we get to Houston. First things first, a team that is sitting there begging for air. That's what the Mets are right now. If you're not paying attention, that team sucks currently. Sucks. Do something about it. Don't you dare give them any sort of breathing room here. I want you to continue to strangle them. That's what you have to do. If you give them any life, I'm going to be so disappointed. It's a big weekend. It's a big, big weekend.